Hello, I'm Kyle. Welcome to another episode of Retire to Life. I was really hoping that today's episode could be showing the final touches on my daughter's railing project that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. But that's not going to happen. I'm not quite done yet. And there's two reasons for that. First, I'm slow. It's just the way it is. And secondly is finding the time. Right now I'm kind of relegated to Saturdays and maybe an hour or so at night during the week. This is not a project that should take a lot of time, but I'm pretty methodical when I do it. And like I said, I'm pretty slow. I did go over there yesterday and get another coat of mud on. So hopefully this week we can sand that, get it painted, and put the railing up next week. And that can be something that I'll show you. So today I want to talk about my experiences this week with applying for Social Security benefits, the things I learned and that may help you, and maybe things I did that were a little bit different, but hey, I think it worked out. But before I do that, I want to talk to you about my morning routine, my weekday morning routine, and how that impacts my day. I'm an early riser and have been for a number of years, and that makes a lot of difference in how I feel throughout the day. So my routine each day, each weekday, Monday through Friday, really sets the tone for the day for me and helps me with clarity of thought and really just having the motivation and getting through the day. I start off by reading from the scriptures, and that is an important spiritual connection for me each day. And then after that, I take the dog for a walk, my good friend BB. We go out for a walk, and this time of year it's usually pretty dark. The days are short in the mornings, but as it gets lighter, she finds a lot of things she likes that distract her. Squirrels and birds and other things. She's a German short-haired pointer and really a good friend and does not like to miss out on those morning walks. So we do that. We walk about a mile, and then I bring her back, and then I go out for a run. I run for about a half an hour. I'm not fast, but that typically ends up being about a 5K each day. So I do that 5 times a week, and that makes a lot of difference. Gets the blood pumping and really makes me feel more alert throughout the day, and I'm glad I do that. And when I get the dog back and get through with my run, I go in and get my banjo and practice the banjo. That's a lot of fun. I'm not a musical person at all, but I've always enjoyed bluegrass music, and I thought the banjo was a pretty cool instrument. So a number of years ago, I started taking lessons through a community education program and have really had fun with it. I'm not very good, but I still do it every morning. And hopefully after I retire, I can spend more time doing that and trying to get a little bit better. But I heard somebody say once that you're better off working on your own talents and abilities and watching other people on TV work on theirs. So that's kind of what I've decided to do with the banjo, and hopefully I can get better at that. So that's my morning routine, and then I get ready and go to work. And those things that I do in the morning really do make a lot of difference throughout the day. I tend to get to work with a better attitude and more enthusiasm and energy, and helps me out quite a bit with the things that I'm trying to do. And my thought is I'm going to continue to do that after I retire. Get up early and do that routine and maybe put a little bit more time into each one of those. I just don't want to get in the habit of, just sleeping in and kind of being lazy and things like that. I just know that when I do, I just feel sluggish throughout the day. So keep doing that, and hopefully keep myself alive and be able to continue to do the things I enjoy doing and do some of those things that I've always wanted to do. All right, let's talk about Social Security now. I need to insert a little editorial comment here about the timing of taking Social Security benefits. The timing is different for everybody, and it depends on a lot of factors. You can start drawing Social Security as early as 62 or wait until you're 70. I've made the decision to start drawing Social Security at my full retirement age, which is defined by the Social Security Administration, and it's based on the year you were born. So you do what works best for you, but I hope the things that I'm going to be sharing here will be helpful to you. I've had some anxiety as I consider going through the application process of Social Security. Talked to a few people that have done that and their experiences, and had hoped that I would be able to just go and sit down with a Social Security employee and have them kind of walk me through. I had some questions, wasn't quite sure about a lot of things, and you know, Social Security is a big deal. It's important to me, and I just want to make sure I do it right. I don't think you get a lot of chances to do it over, and once you pull that trigger, I don't think you can put that genie back in the bottle. But I'll share with you the things that I did this last week, and at the end of the day, we got through it, and we'll see now if it works. So there's a Social Security office not too far from my office here. So I'm just gonna buzz over here real quick and see if there's anybody in there that can help me. All right, here we are at the Social Security Administration building. Curious to know if you can just walk in and talk to somebody. We're about to find out. I typically do not have good luck with government agencies and things like that, but I've heard that there's some really good people that are helpful in these situations. So we're going to find that out, and I will let you know. You never know until you try. So I went in the building, and like I said, there were a bunch of people in there sitting in chairs like they were waiting for their number to be called. And I didn't even see a place I could take a number. I just saw the little table with the handout on it. So I took a handout, acted like I knew what I was doing, turned and walked out. We'll keep this going until we get her done. Well, my attempt to actually talk to somebody from Social Security Administration didn't turn out as planned. Bottom line is these people really don't want to talk to you, whether it's over the phone or in person. Tried many times to set up an appointment, to try to call. Wait times are 120 minutes or more. We'll call you back. Then their call went straight to voicemail. So, you know, the website's not that bad. So my wife and I got on there the other night, went through the process. There are things that you encounter as you go through the application process that would be nice to talk to somebody and get some clarification. But you just have to make some assumptions. And then I actually consulted with my good friend ChatGPT on a few things that gave some clarity. Hope it's right. But when it was all said and done, we got the application processed. It's complete, and it's now in the very capable hands of the Social Security Administration. So fingers crossed it worked out, and I will let you know. So until next time, I appreciate you joining me. Love to hear from you. Any suggestions or thoughts that you have. And just remember that the joy is in the journey. See you next time.